Hi everybody, how you doing? I'm Paps, the racing VTuber and an artist, and today we're going to be working on a comic page. But before we do that, I want to make a very quick sidebar, to call out a very specific thing that's been bugging me all day, funnily enough, that being the adjective I'm using. This little punk, this fucking thing, has been on my Tumblr dash all day. Oh, hey, Aswatabi, how you doing? I'm just about to call out live action Buggy the Clown. So I use Tumblr, right? And right now Tumblr has been running this promotion for the live action One Piece TV show for the past couple of days. It's been very cute so far. Near the top of the dash, they have like a little tab dedicated to each of the characters. It's nice. And then this morning they just popped out with this thing. It scared the shit out of me. I thought I was gonna get eaten this morning. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick call out post for this stupid ass PNG of live action Buggy the Clown. I'm gonna keep him up here in the corner. Actually, you know what? Hang on, I got an idea. Let me. Okay, save up. Thank you for your hard work, though. How's your stream? Hang on. Now that I've gotten through that. How's your stream? How have you been? Mark echoes getting up. Contents under pressure. Oh, I haven't heard of that one before. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Where he belongs. All right, now we can get started on working. Oh yeah, I should turn on the music too. All right, we are going to make a comic page today. But yeah, how's your stream? Did you have fun? Did you have a good time? On my end, it's been a decent day. Nothing too good, nothing too bad. Let's see, what? New layer, right, okay. That's weird. I thought I had, like, this thing pop up the layers automatically. Someday I'll make a much improved, what do you call, comic page template, but today is not going to be that day. Clown jail. That's right. Hey, Bunny. Have you also been menaced by this guy? It's a graffiti game, but the PC port is very ugly. Oh, no. Hang on. Let me Google it real quick. Exhausted, so pass out. Alrighty. Enjoy your rest. Thank you for coming by. Let me Google this thing. Mark echoes content getting up. What you know that whenever the director of a game puts their name on the game, it's either gonna fuck like hell or it's gonna be really bad. Oh man, this is really like early 2000s. I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of cool. I like it. The multiple holsters for the spray cans too. The soundtrack is like one of the first results too. I'm guessing that was pretty good. Yeah. There was something about games from that era. Loved playing it through it before. Nice. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about games from that era that had a very good balance, right? Of original music, but also like licensed music that just really went well with the game. I mean, to be fair, the main examples that I'm thinking of for this is stuff like Skated, right? Where it's like a how do I put this? Like it's all like very much like new metal, kind of like emo rock kind of stuff. Or I don't even know the genre of it. I'm not super familiar with like early 2000s genres, even though that was like a lot of the music that I listened to growing up. Alt rock? Would that be it? Oh, right. I don't actually use the comic borders for this stage. It's actually been a minute since I've actually done a comic page because I've started this week doing frickin' Street Fighter 6 and learning the ways of the sumo wrestler. I haven't given any mind to the art of actually making comics. It shouldn't take too long to get my mojo back, though. All right, we are going to put the Millipen up around here. I think like 4 maybe. Is 4 a good width? No, 4 is too skinny. 7 feels about right. 7 is a good number. One of my favorite prime numbers. New viewer, are you some kind of rice beast? That's right. I'm a talking bag of rice. Rice beast is actually let me pull up the rice beast. There is a rice beast involved in this, but I do not hold the title. I don't have the qualifications. You see, this is the rice beast. It's a little cat with 2 legs. But yes, I am made of rice. Okay. Then maybe like this. Yeah, just thin up the gutter a little bit. I forget that this one only affects like the area that it covers. There we go. The good news is that this first set of panels is one of those situations where it's like you have an identical set of scenes, but just one thing has changed. Or maybe a couple things. Let me check the script again, real quick. Okay, maybe like this. All right, now we can start actually making the artwork inside the panels. So this first scene is of... I'm going to try and put it inside of the beam weapon that we started building up in... Gosh, has it been like 10 or so pages since we last seen it? It's been like 9 pages since we last seen that thing. Let me go fetch it from the archives. Here we go. All right. I'm going to grab a quick screenshot of this. In fact, I'm going to flip this screenshot. Or maybe not. I don't know. I might end up having to make a 3D model of this big angry machine someday, which is a daunting idea, but I think it would be a good practice if nothing else. Also, this is a really pleasant shade of blue. I like this blue. Let's see. Also, I'm realizing just now that me putting Buggy in jail is essentially is basically what happened in the show too. I think there was a... What's really fun about One Piece is that it had, during the cover pages, it tells little stories about some of the characters that have already passed away from relevance, right? So, for example, Buggy, he got a few cover pages dedicated to his adventures out in the sea after Luffy smacked him to Kingdom Come. But I don't remember how it happened, but I do remember that the next time we see Buggy in the normal, actual main focus plotline is when Luffy is breaking out of prison and just happens to run into Buggy there. I've heard the live action is pretty good, but boy howdy, what a jump scare on Tumblr. Right? Especially because like up until this point, it had just been like cute little character themed tabs, right? You just click on there and it leads you to posts related to the character. That's pleasant. That's downright gentlemanly for the kind of UI mess that Tumblr normally encourages. But now I see that they're back in fine form. Okay. Okay. Then over here. But yeah, I have heard good things about the live action so far from the folks who have watched it, which is nice. You know, it's very rare that a Netflix live action series, or more like live action anime series in general, receive decent praise. You know, the last major live action anime series announcement that I can recall is the frickin' Cowboy Bebop one, and everybody hated that one. You say you like the Cowboy Bebop live action in the Netflix series, and people will come after you with rocks and stones and torches and pitchforks and all manner of blunt weapons. I never actually watched it myself, so I can't call judgment on it either way. But still, very rare that that happens. That it's liked, I mean. Yeah, live action series aren't all that rare, to be honest. Almost every major manga slash anime series has a live action version, right? I think they even had like a JoJo live action version at some point for part 4, but I might be tripping on that one. Actually, that should be pretty easy to verify. Let me check this out real quick. Let's see. They actually have. Oh yeah, they had a live action JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4. Let's see. Action fantasy film. Okay, it's a film. Yeah, a stage play. True, true, true. They also do a lot of stage plays. But yeah, no, they had a theatrical release. Let's see. All right, when do they cover it? Is it until like the first? Is it until like maybe when Koichi gets a stand? Yeah, I think it's about until Koichi gets a stand. Still, it's kind of crazy to think about. I also thought that the One Piece live action was also going to be a movie for some reason. I didn't know why I didn't expect it to be a TV show. But it's a good thing that they didn't go for a movie. I think if they try to go for a movie on it, the pacing would have just been completely busted. Unless it is a movie and I'm a naysayer, in which case, I don't know, maybe I just I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Hmm. But yeah, live action stage plays go really hard in Japan. I know that there's an Ace Attorney one, for example, that's supposed to be really good. I remember seeing clips of Dick Gumshoe's character just doing breakdancing windmills during one part, which was very impressive. I was impressed. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make a 3D model of this at some point. if only for my own convenience. Okay. Then like this. Okay, and inside it has like a vacuum tube. I think I had 3 pipes in here. Again, designing your own stuff is a very surefire way to get you moments for. Like, I still have not stopped since the day that Raph like brought it up. Like he was just like, my brother in Christ, you designed it. Every single time I like gripe about my own designs, I remember that without failure. And he's right. I can just do whatever. It's kind of weird. Usually, when you're working with your own designs, it gives you a certain sense of ownership, right? Like maybe almost like a sort of like parental feeling, right? You know, this is your baby. You made this. You don't want to let go. But me, on the other hand, especially when it comes to like machines, I'm like, I'm not a helicopter parent at all. I'm sending that kid to fend for themselves. They're gonna be raised by wolves. There we go. Oh yeah. Yesterday I was watching this dude play a game called Long Live the Queen, which is a very unhinged game with a normal premise. Like essentially the idea is that it's a kind of it's like a visual novel, except that it's got a very heavy focus on statistics, right? And the idea is that you're playing as this girl who needs to get ready to become the queen of the country that she lives in. She has a year to prepare. There's going to be a lot of people trying to kill you on the way because, again, you know, medieval political intrigue. That's how it goes. And the game has a lot of. I really liked the game a lot because I liked the kind of emphasis it had on statistics and how they played into each encounter. So at certain points of the game, you would run into a problem, and the game would check your statistics. So it would say, okay, your stats in the relevant skill for this problem are this high. They need to be this high to get a success. You don't have that high, so you fail. Or you do have it that high, but you don't have a high enough skill in this other one, so you can't only get a partial success. And the way that kind of played out was really interesting. I liked it a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the bot at some point. I don't know. I think it's stuff like that. Stuff where your build kind of matters beyond the scope of just like how good you fight things. I don't know. Something about games with that in their DNA really speak to me for some reason. I remember I got really hooked on this one game, Shadowrun Returns, way back when I was a teenager, for much the same reason. And I think that's also why I really enjoyed my time with Disco Elysium. Although a little bit less so because Disco Elysium, you know, it had that kind of skill check component, but it also had an element of luck. So even if you'd invested a ton into a relevant skill, you could still massively beef it. But it did that well by making the failures, while still have a negative outcome, immensely entertaining most of the time. I put most of the time there as a big old disclaimer because I remember one time I fucked up a skill check and it did not go well. It went really poorly and had me like in one of the most stressful situations I've ever been in my life. But that's kind of just the Disco Elysium experience, I feel. Still a great game, though. God, I read that apparently Volition Studios is shutting down, and if you've never heard of Volition Studios before, they made a couple of games, but I know them best for the Saints Row series, which is a crying shame because that thing was like so. I played Saints Row the Third when I was in like high school, and I enjoyed that game a lot. I thought that the wackiness of it was very fun, but I also had like issues. I naturally I played then Saints Row Saints Row 4 and I had a blast with that too. But then I played like I didn't actually play any more Saints Row games after that. I played Saints Row 2 after that, which was a really good game. I like it had even better character customization than Saints Row 3 and 4, which was disheartening. Anyway, I read about the Saints Row reboot. I got really excited, and then I saw the reviews for it, and then I stopped being excited. And then I watched a long form review of the game. Like they played through the entire game. They told you what happened in it. The guy went into like detail about what each thing involved, and either the guy was really good at framing the game as not fun, or the game was just plain dog water. Like it was just really bad. Like that's kind of like when I was like, oh yeah, it's so over. That's when I knew it was over. But yeah, that's kind of like my relation with Volition. So I don't really know them for anything else. So the fact that they are shutting down and being cannibalized by a bigger studio is surprising only in the regard that a bigger studio is not only willing to cannibalize them, but also in that yeah, some reviews are like that. I don't think they were that biased though. Like they sounded like they really wanted to like it. Like you could tell like I grew up watching a lot of like those like really caustic review shows. Those were like they were like really mean for no reason. And I can tell when somebody's like being a dickhead for the sake of being a dickhead. And this time I think that they were legitimately sad and disappointed. I mean, I don't know. They also had some good points about it, but like overall, everything about it just seemed very mid. Just overwhelmingly not that good. I don't know. I might just be mistaken again. Like I said, I've been mistaken before, but like the overall consensus seems to be that the game was just not doing anything for anyone. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe I should just play the game at some point and see what I find out. I would definitely have to get it during a Steam sale, though. I'm not risking my neck for that thing at full price, or lack thereof. No neck. You know how it is. Okay. Okay. So here's what we do now. Wait, what? Oh snap! I drew it on the same layer as the borders. All right. Let's take a step back then. Oh, you can see how I shaved off a little bit of the, a little bit of the border down here. That's fun. All right, I'm going to duplicate this layer just so I know what the laser thing looks like normally. I said laser thing. It's like a lightning thing, not a laser thing technically. I mean, granted, I feel like that makes very little difference to the person who is being shot by lightning, right? If you think about it, okay, so laser is a fun word, right? Because laser is actually much like scuba, actually an acronym disguising itself as a word. I think it's like light emission, light amplified by something emission radiation or something. Hang on, let me look this up. For a while, it's trying to parse what the machine does. Yeah, it's technically it's supposed to act like a spark plug, but essentially these folks found it broken and busted down. So if you know how a spark plug works, it sends a little shock of electricity between. Hang on, let me draw a diagram. So what a spark plug does is that it shoots a little spark of electricity right here. And the goal of that spark of electricity is to ignite the gas fumes that are being pumped through a piston in a car in order to ignite the car and start making it go vroom. So that was the original purpose of this thing, but they found it in a broken down state. So now that little spark is out of control and just zapping everything. And they're like, oh, sweet, free artillery weapon. It's free real estate. So yeah, that's what the big doohickey does. I love the phrase doohickey. I love myself a contraption and a gizmo and a doohickey. Hmm. Free mass destruction. It's free mass destruction. Me when I'm pirating the Persona 3 original soundtrack. That's not true. I would never pirate the Persona 3 digital soundtrack. Actually, is the Persona 3 a digital soundtrack available anywhere right now? I mean, obviously with Persona 3 Reloaded that's coming out, right? It's gonna be somewhere, but huh. Is there like anywhere you can like get it? I mean, I doubt it's like on Bandcamp or something, right? But like, oh dang, you know what I should have done? Hang on. Okay, I still have the original? Yeah, I do. Okay. So let's just erase this part right here. We can leverage. Hang on. Now's an excellent opportunity to work smarter instead of harder. All right, I have some dudes running around, right? Don't I? I have some deposits of dudes running around. All right. Gonna need you to like be way over here. Way far the hell out. Okay, have this other guy over back here. Or actually, it's supposed to be kind of like a worm's eye view. All right, for the time being, let's just put these guys on the same grid. What do we need, though? Let me get the primitive out here. Keyboard to Prism for today. I think Prism probably fits the general shape of it better. All right. Okay. Actually, let's get rid of all this other stuff too, so we can just kind of focus on the general vibe of the prism and everything. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, there we go. All right. The main problem with the big primitive, well, first of all, I need more space to cover on the ground. I mean, I don't know. This is actually kind of good in terms of what I need to cover. The problem is that I can't, there's going to come a certain point where I can't see the little guys anymore. Unless... Oh, this is going to get real messy, folks. How do I make sure that this thing is tilted at a 45-degree angle? Hang on, there has to be like a little wrench thing in here somewhere. All right, object angle, object scale. Okay, that's fine. Fixed ratio, position. No, that's not right. Whole rotation. Here we go. Okay, is it the Z angle? Oh, I feel like I feel like I'm piloting a crane. Okay, how do we return these to neutral? Okay, so this is a prism standing straight up. All right. So we want the Z angle at like 45. Let's call the Z angle 45 degrees. I remember reading somewhere or learning in like physics class that if you're going to try and fire a cannon, allegedly, you can get the maximum distance out of the projectile by firing it at a 45-degree angle. I remember doing an experiment to test that out. I remember getting really bad marks on that experiment too. All right, we're gonna need to increase the latitude on the cannon a little bit. Wait, I can change the number of divisions? Oh, handy. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, here we go. Allocate. All right, cheating the angle a little bit. We cheat the angle here sometimes. Or maybe not. Hang on. This is on the ground. Oh, this is going to be fun to work around. All right, let me read the script here so I know that I'm on the right track. Oh yeah, I was talking about lasers earlier. Okay, so the laser is actually much like how scuba is like submersible breathing something or whatever. The laser is actually an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. First laser was built in 1960 by Theodore Maiman at Hughes Research Laboratories. Man. Do you know that by the 60s we had rocket packs? Like, by the late 60s we had actual jetpacks. I'm not kidding. I re-listened to this podcast, right? I listen to this podcast on American history sometimes, and they did an episode on jetpacks, which I thought didn't exist properly. But no, like the first rocket belt was built in like the 60s. Hang on. Liquid fuel, blah blah blah. Government. No. There was a there should be like an actual proper history one here. Hmm. I forget what the name of the first guy who made it was, but I remember that essentially the army wanted to have a rocket belt because they just wanted an army of flying rocket people. And one of the constraints that they put on the guy who invented the rocket belt was that he could teach some draft age young man how to use it. So he picked some kid who was like his next door neighbor. This kid called like Bill Suter, right? And he was like, "Hey kid, you want to learn how to fly?" And obviously the kid said yes. Because what else do you do when somebody asks you that? All right, let's see. Worm's eye is shot from the ground, looking up near the Isarian device where the area is a buzz of activity as various soldiers go to and fro, prepping the machine. Okay. All right, what I think we need to do is to have these two jobbers just further apart. And actually, we can have this guy a little bit further up. And a little bit in this direction. Look, he's flying! Now he's actually going to be on a platform. It just looks like he's going to be flying. All right, and now we need a third guy who's like pointing or something. Point? Is there literally a thing that says point? No, all right. How about finger? No. I need to have. Wait, if I just look up like lawyer pose in the asset store for Clip Studio, am I gonna find like somebody pointing? Because that's exactly what I need. Hang on. If I look up lawyer. Okay, we have a lawyer badge. But that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna look up point. Or pointing. I should look up pointing. Okay, there's pointing pixel brush, not what I need. Catalog bicycle. I mean, Oh, hey Jupiter, how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for your hard work. How you doing? Hang on. So at Catastrophe Jupiter. Welcome to the stream. How's your game? Circle of Blood. Ooh. Yeah, we have Clown Jail. We do be having Clown Jail. We do be indulging in Clown Jail. That little bastard scared the shit out of me when I first logged on today. Classic 90s point and click adventure. Oh, that sounds fun. All right, we're a little spoiled for choice on poses in the asset store that are about pointing. Put a biohazard sign on the bars or something. That's a good idea. Hang on. Biohazard sign PNG. Okay, put that in the downloads. All right, I'm gonna move this like so, and how do I rotate this thing? Hang on. Transition. No, not transition. Transform. Had a 90-ish animated feel. The visuals were done by dudes that work on Don Bluth films. Yo, that's kind of sick. Hang on. Flip vertical, switch to screen. How did I rotate things in this program again? I forget. I don't, How did I rotate things again? Well, that's fine. I have another idea for a sign. Hang on, where's a keep fingers out of cage? That might be a good one. How's Hawk going? Pretty good, I say. I have been working on. Hold on. I've been working on. Hang on. All these are just keep fingers away from machinery. I will put my fingers wherever I please. Thank you very much. Hang on. All right, we're gonna have to settle for a non-PNG thing, unless. Hang on. This is worth it for the bit. This is worth it for the bit. We gotta commit to the bit. All right, then we flatten it like this. No, rule number 1: dedication to the bit is everything. Yeah, that's the first thing they teach you at VTuber school. I forgot what they taught you at the second lesson. I remember accidentally stumbling into VTuber school because of the free snacks. I didn't actually graduate, you know. I am technically. Has anybody here seen Suits? I'm like that guy who started practicing law even though he didn't actually pass his bar exam or he cheated on it or some shit. I never actually graduated from VTuber University. That big plaque on my wall is a big fraud. Bro, I forgot my VTuber homework. Bro, I'm gonna fail my VTuber extracurriculars. Man, I'm not gonna have enough VTuber credits to graduate. Well, no, in this case, graduating is actually the opposite goal of what you want. Yeah, that's why I never actually signed up to VTuber school. The moment you graduate, it's actually over for you, so you need to, you know, it's all a big scam. My VTuber dog ate my VTuber worksheet. Yeah, we've all heard the excuse. Inugami Korone ate your homework. We've all heard it before. We've all had to use that one at some point. Let's see. All right. We are going to delete the rest of this. Save this as a PNG. And then Perfect. Okay, there we go. Should I make the jail bigger? Nah, he doesn't deserve it. All right, let's go to downloads. All right, here are all our bicycle poses. Then, did we not actually download the pointing pose? We did not. Damn. Yeah. I read earlier apparently that that one I don't even know what to call it. That one collective. iFixit, right? iFixit recently got their hands on a McFlurry machine, right? Oh God. What? Is it just me or did that change? No, that didn't. That couldn't have changed the perspective, could it? Why does this guy look so big? Young man, chill. Let's make this guy a little bit bigger and put him closer to the foreground. Young man, you are huge! Dude, you look huge. Yo, ladies, what's good? TBH, it looks cool seeing the 3D space occupied by these figures. It is kind of cool, huh? You know, it's kind of awesome having this power that, like, 30 years ago, some poor animator would have literally given a blood sacrifice to have. Knowing that somebody who worked at Disney in the 70s would have spit blood seeing me just treat this like it's a casual thing it does put a smile on my face every now and again. You know, I don't have any particular grudges towards any of those people. You might, but I don't. But, you know, it does put a smile on my face nevertheless. I don't know who would be beefing with animators from the 70s. Is there like a hunched over pose that I can get at? There's a pose in here that's called Feral Crouch, which I'm very excited to look at. Lay it on me. Let's take a look see at Feral Crouch. Yeah, then you know you naturally have Feral Block, Feral Low. The way this happened makes it look like this dude is haunted. Yeah, everybody else is in a sci-fi story. This dude's having his own personal death note. Okay, move him over here. Our little pirate friend is like a perched bird to me. God. All right, we need to figure out how to get this guy posed up. We need to also change the camera angle so we don't keep accidentally selecting the tank. The gun, I mean. All right, here's the strut. We extend the legs. And then you guys want to see this guy do a flip? Being pulled up by God just to be thrown down to hell? That's a bit much. No, trust. This guy's gonna have a great time. Look, he's gonna do a backflip for us, alright? Look how happy he is. Whoa. Oh God, no. Alright, I pressed the wrong button. That was the wrong button. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, he did a backflip. He's having so much fun. This pose is kind of pangolin coded. You know what I mean? Hang on. Pangolin walking. Bro is acting real pangolin coded right now. Okay, then move this one over here. Straighten out those wrists, sir. Pangolins are so much fun. They're very cute. They're like very much an underrated animal, I believe. You know, everybody talks sweet on the platypus, right? On account of having, 5 or 6 different specializations across its entire species. But I have a soft spot for the humble pangolin. You know, built-in natural lamellar armor, the capacity to root through the ground for tubers. In many ways, the pangolin's journey resembles my own. In many ways, it doesn't, but in some ways, it do. As long as the pangolin resemblance is at a non-zero, I think we are maintaining a pretty good level. You know, if you report on your tax forms that your journey resembles that of a pangolin's to an extent greater than 30%, you do get an additional credit. Dried up rice forming a hard exterior. God. I mean, I do know that there are rice balls that are like roasted. Hang on. What's it called? Like, Japanese has like a prefix for when something is like roasted. Hold on, like it's like a grilled rice ball essentially. Yaki, yeah, it's like yakiniku. Okay, so yaki onigiri. Check this out. Yeah. Yaki. You got it. So this is essentially a rice ball that's had some miso dusted on it, and then it's been roasted on some kind of grill. Oh man, and sometimes they get pretty wild with it. Like, check this out. Like, look at that and tell me that some Maillard reaction did not happen there just now. Was it called like Maillard? Maillard. All things will forever look good roasted or grilled a little. This is true. But yeah, Maillard reaction. The other day, and by the other day I mean yesterday, your VTuber should have a Yaki form. Yeah, that's when I'll debut my yeah, the Maillard reaction. Yeah, my Yaki form is gonna be my Gyara face. Summer tan got roasted over a fire. Yo, guess who got a fresh tan with just 30 seconds over the grill? Mm-hmm. Cope and seethe. This also has the benefit of not getting me skin cancer. I am, however, very badly burned, so I will need a lot of aloe vera. All right, let's try to put this back into perspective. Literally. Okay, then lower it. Is this gonna work? Hang on. It's so unwieldy. Like, don't get me wrong, this is much better than having to pull all this out of my keister, but like, I couldn't have made this a little bit simpler. Oh wait, I've got an idea for how to fix this. All right, we're gonna pivot the gun a little bit. I'm gonna have this dude carry something. Like, okay, hang on. What are the other guys saying? Like, what's the script say? Okay, one soldier is pointing a direction off camera. Bringing the machine to fire. Another is connecting two large wires. Another is on a computer typing something. Okay. So then maybe the guy connecting the wires can be this dude who's like really booking it over here. How big are we talking? Because, I know that, like, did I accidentally get a free Rice Piece appearance earlier? That's true. Yeah, you did. You can have more, though. I don't think I have an upper limit on how many Rice Pieces you can summon. At least I've never tried to have one. I should look into that. Besides, Rice Piece kind of just comes and goes as it pleases. By which I mean I just decide when and where it pops up. It doesn't need to be a special occasion, but I have it there as a nice little bit of audience interactivity. As you do. Let's see. Oh, so that's how it goes. The hashtag Rice Beast Challenge. Summoning as many beasts as you can before your computer crashes. No limit, you say. Okay, when Bunny says that, I am legitimately scared because I know they have a lot of points saved up because I see them every now and again. Hang on, let me see. Maybe I do have a limit on them. In which case, I can turn it off real quick. We can just have a fun little. We can have a little fun every once in a while. Let me see. Summon a Rice Beast. Background color. Limit redemptions per stream. Okay, I have 10 max total redemptions for viewers per stream. I'm gonna trust you guys, and I'm gonna turn that limit off for the time being. Or actually, I'm just gonna set it at a cap that's so high that I don't think you guys will be able to reach it. That's what I'll do. And so it begins. Let's go. Can't contribute to the Rice Piece sword? Hey, you've contributed one, right? That being said, I do need to be careful because I do think the beast is... Uh-oh. The beast does occupy a space over the... Hang on. Over the captions. I've been hearing about this thing called Spout that I've been seeing some stuff for on Twitter. Where apparently you can use that to hide away the UI and everything. Which I don't really need because I don't have anything to hide so far, but it would be nice in the future, Can't have too much safety. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. One Rice Beast. Ha ha ha. Two Rice Beast. Ha ha ha. Three Rice Beast. Ha ha ha. Four Rice Beast. Ha ha ha. I've never actually seen the count in Sesame Street, so I assume that's what he does. I'm not sure if it's deducting the points on your end, but on my end it still shows all of them. Deducting the points on your end. The stack is very cute. It is cute, isn't it? It's like they're like little pancakes. Huh. I'm not sure. I don't know much about the points and how they behave. Also spot on count. Thank you. All right, that's 3 of them. Oh no, I made myself smaller. Did not need to do that. Please, I'm already like 3 apples tall as it is. I cannot have any less height to my name. If I become any smaller, I'll begin to disappear from Earth. This this is kind of a fun. I don't know. Something about this seems relaxing to me. This feels like some kind of weird dance move that I've never seen before. He looks like he's backhanding Buggy up there. Hang on. Ha! 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 All right, back to work. All right, now I'm going to need you to tilt that bicep downward. Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe it's a shoulder. The shoulder might be what's holding us back here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now, okay, so that would be like very close to the other hand. So what I need to do now is grab this. Maybe the elbow needs to be more bent. That's what's up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This works pretty well. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of trying to mess around and figure out just how to shrink this to fit the panel, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this layer, pray my computer does not catch fire, and then I'm going to rasterize it so that it just becomes a normal image. Yeah, because like we have like this much panel space to work with. So you know, it's a little cramped in there. All right, and here's what we can do as well. Since these two guys are a little, you know, there's a lot of white space left back here. There we go. Just spacing them out a little bit more evenly. Perfect. Then what we need is, yeah, this is just going to be the blank layer where I draw everything. Okay. We are so back, tentatively. How in tarnation did I not grab the right color? Come on, it's right there. Okay. I should probably at some point also make a 3D model of the Goons' helmets. Unless I did already. No, I didn't. I can't have. I couldn't have. I remember whenever I make 3D models of stuff. Because I do it very rarely. I just need to keep telling myself that I need to keep making 3D models, and eventually I'll get around to it. And eventually I'll get competent enough to do a competent enough that I can say that I know Blender. That's the master plan here. At this point, I'm acquainted with Blender. I've flirted with Blender a couple of times, but I haven't really truly gotten to know them. You know, I've had a water cooler talk with Blender. To be fair, the Blender is like such a unfathomably deep program that you could probably spend years working with it and still not fully figure out all of its tricks. Like I'm betting the library of things you can do in it alone, like it has like this list of tools that you can optionally download. I bet figuring out what all of those do to begin with takes a long, long time. Or figuring out which ones at least are relevant for what you need. Okay. Then back here. Been thinking of trying Blender, but it intimidates me. Yeah. I mean, and this is the way that I work, right? Whenever I want to learn a new program or something, I do it because I want to achieve a very specific thing, right? So I wanted to learn Live 2D because I wanted to learn how to rig my own model, right? So I think if you go into it with that kind of specific goal and desire, and you try to figure out how you can achieve that thing specifically, or at least figure out the steps that you need to do that's how I normally do it. But yeah, no, there's no getting away from the fact that Blender is intimidating AF. I remember the first time I tried to do Blender, it ended up with me having some issues with my topography. And what that resulted in is when I unpacked the UV model, it looked like some kind of nightmarish. Oh, Savatronic, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it ended up looking like some kind of nightmarish spider creature with 10,000 limbs and arms. Man, I like the way the person who made this pose laid out the fingers. That's something that you don't really see a lot. You know, a lot of special detail to fingers in whole body poses like this. Okay, then over here. Wait, no. Would this work? Because, okay, let's build the belt first. Okay, and then like this. Yeah, because the part here is supposed to be fixed metal, right? I'm not sure how they get it on and off, but it is supposed to be like a metal sheet or metal plate. I'm guessing like a very specific kind of grease is involved in the process. God, imagine you clock in at your work to be a space fascist, clock out, and then you have to get greased up with the boys just so you can get out of uniform. And then you do it all the next day. Man, I made these guys' lives awful. Okay, then like this. Okay, sleeve up to around here. And then what we do is we grab this finger, make the pointing just a little bit more dramatic. Is there a way to suggest a song for the playlist? I have the name. I use a VLC playlist, so I can't put it on the track on the playlist immediately. But if I happen to have the album, I might be able to do that for you. Sure, just drop it in the chat. I don't know. We might get lucky today. Then like this. Woo, Pond Life. All right, I have never heard of that song or that artist before, but I'll tell you what, I will give it a listen later on. I don't know. You might make a fan out of me. Woob, Pond Life. Huh. I'll check it out. Thank you. But yeah, no. Very recently, I've switched to using playlists from like my own music library. I used to loop like the same 3 or 4 lo-fi beat, non-copyright thing playlist on stream for like a year. But then I was like, you know what? I have VLC hooked up so that this thing doesn't even record it to the bot anyway. So why not live a little? So yeah, if you're wondering why this playlist seems very esoteric, that's probably why. It's because like I've just freshly picked everything. Heard from Gemini Home Entertainment. Would recommend it for analog horror fans. Ooh, yo, Jupiter, are you still here? That sounds like it's right up your alley. I feel like you'd enjoy that sort of thing. Analog horror. I've never seen an analog horror film, but I love the concept of it. Right? I like the idea that it's just this. Well, from what I've seen, it's mainly like the idea of the supernatural being perceived through the lens of something that's modern yet old. That's the best way that I can think of to describe my understanding of the analog horror genre. Yeah, Jupiter told me about this one song, this one movie, this one Italian movie that's like this horror movie where it's a horror movie about this like girl who ends up at this like boarding school where there's like dark rituals afoot and whatnot, and part of the soundtrack literally has a musician. First of all, the soundtrack is composed by a band called Goblin, and second of all, the literal OST has like a person chanting "witch, witch, witch" during the song. Yeah, supernatural being viewed through old technology. Yeah. There's definitely a sweet novelty to older technology, you know, like seeing stuff through like old radios, or listening to stuff on vinyls. Actually, now that I see this guy is a little bit too huge up here, Mr. Goblin Man. Unfortunately, I can't quite shrink him without busting up some of the other perspective, or rather, some of the other stuff on the in the scene. Okay, and then like this. Okay, then over here we have a giant plug. God, I kind of want to carry one of these in real life. I also like with old TV tech, it can be, in theory, manipulated by supernatural forces interfering with the signal. Yeah. I remember there's like a Japanese genre called like Denpa, right? Where the idea, it comes from the phrase of like electromagnetic interference or something like that. Or like radio wave interference. Yeah, some dude used it as the equivalent of like used he blamed electromagnetic signals and radio waves for in order to cop an insanity plea at one point. And the whole genre thing is like having that sense of like lack of reality and things interfering with your sense and perception. I think that's really cool. I feel like that's a very interesting. You can do a lot of interesting stuff with that idea. Now, is making this straight up a plug correct? No, hang on. What about like, is there like a transformer wire diagram? Hmm. Yeah, I know older television series in particular, well, not television series, but older televisions, period, have CRT's television specifically speaking. Hang on. What about, can I look up massive plug? Oh, that's not the kind of plug that I was expecting. Never mind. Retreat, retreat, retreat. Anyway, um, CRT televisions. Yeah, apparently they run on some kind of unique technology that I'm not fully sure I remember, so I'm not going to try to explain it. But essentially, it's not quite just rip thy eyes. I mean, I'm acting scandalized. It's not that bad, right? Like we're all mature enough to know one. We're all mature enough to like not be bugged by that stuff easily. But like, yeah, no, I'm acting outraged for the bit rather than for any actual scandalization that I experience. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, that's all I was walking into. All right, let's try this again. How about enchufe enorme? Enchufe industrial. Okay, now we're talking. Industrial plug yielded some much better results. Check this out. Large scale industrial plug. I try to search it up in Spanish to be safe, but I think like once you start throwing around the word industrial, you start to get fewer results on for the other thing. Unless you have somebody who's particularly brave. Okay. Right, the plug. There we go. Then like this. Okay. We move this platform down a little bit so that this dude isn't standing underneath it. God, this would be a perfect place to have some dude kind of Bethesda clipping right through one of these objects, isn't it? Let's take another look through here. Then, okay. Wait, am I still using the millipen? Yes, I am. Okay. Crisis very narrowly averted. All right, I'm gonna have to shrink this guy, I think. Little buddy, how would you like to be the size of a flea? How do you want to get Greg? How do you want to get like minimize Gregor Samson? I do like the idea that this dude is the only one in the entire military base who knows how to work a computer. They're gonna have like some kind of. Have you guys ever seen that post where it's like it's an action movie and they're trying to show that they're getting hacked and it's like they're blasting through our mainframes like it's wallpaper in English for eyes. They're fucking us real bad. Now you're speaking my language. I'm not gonna say the thing that it actually said because I feel uncomfortable saying that, but that I need you guys to know that that post lives in my mind rent free. I have had some in English four eyes moments in my time, especially when I'm looking out through like tutorials. I remember when I was setting up the VLC thing, this dude was talking about like audio channels, two people hitting keys on the same keyboard trying to stop a hack. Oh man, he's oh no, he's broken through our firewall. Our bit defender is down. My god, he's hacking our pixels. I remember reading this anecdote once upon a time about a person whose entire job it was to create the fake science technological jargon for characters in Star Trek episodes. And every single time he would just feed them the most absolute, it wasn't out of a grudge or anything, but it was more like because that's kind of like the language that was expected, right? He would just keep giving them the most stupid ass names to repeat it with the most straight faces they could. And at one point he was at a party with the cast and they were like, oh yeah, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I make up all the science jargon that you guys say. And they grabbed him by the collar and they were like, you son of a bitch. Because imagine you're trying to deliver a line on like one of the most popular at the time TV shows, and probably popular to this day of all time TV shows. And you had to try to keep a straight face while saying some dumb thing like nebularizer. I don't know. Nebularizer isn't that dumb. Nebularizer sounds like an actual thing. A nebularizer sounds like the natural evolution of an atomizer. In Spanish, we call spray bottles atomizadores because it renders the water into particles so fine that they might as well be atoms. Yeah, I remember the first time I was around a store asking for an atomizer, and they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Look up technical jargon overload. I've been thinking of that video on YouTube. God, I remember seeing this one video of a dude who essentially tries to hit, and he essentially made a song out of every single like cliche corporate lingo that he could think of. You know, like low hanging fruit, circle back, stuff like that. Okay, let's take another look at this. Prefabulated amulet. Hmm, that's a good one. I'm a fan of prefabulated amulet. You know, that sounds like a real thing that could be announced at a science conference where you're just like, oh, neat. It says that it's like harder than carbon fullerenes. That's neat. I remember I was. Do you remember being like 10 or 12 years old and being like, wow, according to Minecraft, diamond is the hardest thing in the universe. But I wonder if there's something even harder. And so you go on Wikipedia, some kind of crystalline material. That sounds like what it is. It sounds like a type of like synthetic diamond to me. That's what springs to my mind. But yeah, I remember looking up, yeah, stuff that's harder than diamonds at one point, and I found out about carbon fullerene, which is essentially a bunch of little balls, if I remember correctly, that are microscopic, and they are put together in like a dense, what do you call, like a sort of dense package. I was thinking quartz when I heard amulite. Hmm. I mean, my brain directly went to like thing you put on an amulet, so I just imagined some kind of crystal looking thing, kind of like a sapphire or something. Yeah, here we go. A fullerene is an allotrope of carbon whose molecule consists of carbon nodes connected by a single and double. Hang on, let me pull up a picture of this thing because it looks kind of cool. All right, single and double bonds so as to form a close or partially closed mesh with fused rings of 5 to 7 atoms. The molecule may be hollow, ellipsoid, tubular, or many other shapes and sizes. Let's see. Apparently, they were accidentally synthesized in 1985. I heard graphene was going to be the big thing a few years ago. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I do hope pans out technologically is sodium-ion batteries. So right now we're operating primarily on lithium-ion. Yeah, graphene. Yeah, lithium-ion is kind of like the current standard, right? Charge is good, has a decent life, has a lot of capacity, but very problematic to rid yourself of. It's not easy to get rid of whatchamacall, lithium ions, lithium ion batteries. Yeah, exactly. It can explode, which nobody wants, contrary to popular belief. Everybody wants an explosion until it's on accident. Okay, and then like this. Then expand this. So what sodium ion does is that it is essentially the same. It operates very similarly to a lithium ion battery, but with limited risks on account of the fact that it uses a much more stable kind of like salt base compared to like the lithium base. Unfortunately, this also means that it has a lower charging capacity. It doesn't have quite the same kind of capacities and voltage. But again, as was previously mentioned, at least you don't need to worry about it exploding. Because it won't explode. I feel like I should clarify. You don't need to worry about it not exploding because it won't explode, not because it's certain to explode. Anti-carbonized aurum calcinated toluite. That one's got a very unique mouthfeel. I recognize aurum. Aurum is the Latin word for gold. And I believe it's still like the element for it, right? Like on the element table, right? You see it as AU when you talk gold. When you're talking about gold. So Yeah, AU is gold. Anti-carbonized, though. So what, is that like... Hold on, anti-carbonized arm calcinated toluite? Alright, assuming toluite is just like... some... I mean, I don't know. Is toluite a real thing? I don't think toluite is a real thing. I made up tech jargon? You got my ass good. Anyway. Yeah, toluite, huh? That's a good question. I don't know. Assuming that toluite is non-toxic, if you say anti-carbonized aurum calcinated toluite, that just sounds like you could be making like a gold soda substrate. I wonder if how much, like, I know gold is edible, right? Could you like drink gold leaf? Can you have a drink with gold leaf in it, just kind of floating around, or is that kind of antithetical to its long-form integrity? Okay, then over here. Then over here. Then over here. Actually, I can just copy and paste these parts here. It'll come out the same, not tarnished. Okay, then over here, just accent these things. I can figure out how the pipes actually work later. For the time being, this is just a sketch page. I can already tell that Paps from the future is going to try to kick my ass for leaving all the work to him. But Paps from the future can go suck an egg. Actually, no. Paps from the future might have a few things on his plate. I should try to be nice to Paps from the future. Hold on. If that's the case... Okay, make this one... No, it'd have to be... Huh? Wait, no, that can't be right. Never mind, Paps from the future. You're on your own. Maybe we can have this thing mounted on a truck. Then over here... What is this? Feature me? I don't know what the hell I'm fucking doing. I mean, I have some plans for the future. Recently, something good happened, so I can start making more of those. But, there's no such thing as guarantees in this life. Ain't that right? We just kind of have to do what we can with the hand we're dealt. Yeah, one of my favorite. Whenever I get worked up about like the future, right? Because like one of the things on my horizon is that I'm gonna have to learn how to. Well, not really learn. I'm gonna have to continue an education program that I've been taking a little hiatus from for a few reasons. And every single time I get like worried about it, I'm like, listen, buddy, it's okay. Bigger idiots than you have done it. Like, it's not good to call yourself an idiot, but it is reassuring to know that like some dumbass did it, and you know that you're smarter than them. So you'll be fine. That's the one thing that I don't like about the phrase bigger idiots than me have done it. Like the sentiment, 100%. The actual idea of calling yourself an idiot, don't like that. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna need to rework the pipes here a little bit. But yeah, let's see. Okay, put this here. Put this here. I've also seen my sketches turn into a goddamn spaghetti. Oh god, yeah, that happens a lot, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Especially when you don't have a fixed idea in mind. Like, I hate to say it, but it's very often when you don't have a plan at all, when things can go not according to plan. Like, you need a plan in order for things to go out of plan, but the plan doesn't need is probably not that good if they did. That's been my experience at least. So like here for example, I'm trying a little hard to think about where I want each of these things. Giving them like proper placements in the perspective. But yeah, I didn't know you also did art. That's cool. It's real bad when I use paper and it eats through it and you try to work on it. Oh yeah, that. If you're working on paper like and you accidentally like tear the pencil or the pen or what have you, whatever implement you're using through the paper, that's when you know it's Jover. That's how you know it's fucking Jover. The paper has like handed in their resignation letter. Dude, I feel like paper tearing when you're trying to write on it is like one of those things that can be so emotionally devastating. Like if I'm in a bad mood, like I'm gonna give you like an idea of like what I mean by this. Like if you were in a bad mood and like you were like a moment away from crying or like yelling, and it happened, that's like what I consider to be like one of those like straw on the camel back situations. Like one of my other ones is if your earphones get tangled in the door on like a doorknob or something. If you're wearing headphones or earphones and they get tangled on a door and they get ripped out, ooh, no, no, it doesn't even bear thinking about it. I would be greatly upset. Okay, then like this. Huh. Hold on. Is the thing that gets me to cry is just like a child when it happens? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I'm kind of a crybaby baby myself, so I've been there. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like I wouldn't call myself a particularly. There are times where I think that I'm not emotional at all, and then there are times where I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's a little bit emotional. I don't know. It's like not a straight. It's not like a straight dichotomy to me. Oh, also, hang on. Oh. Uh. Huh? It's not about the film seem right, but I'm gonna trust the process. Okay, then back here. Wait, no, this pole is further up. No, wait. Oh, I missed a pole. That's why. I was like counting. I'm like, wait, no, hang on. This can't be right. Be cool if I could send you some of my art sometime. I'm not stellar, but I think I'm all right. Hey, sure. Tell you what, send me the link to your Twitter or wherever you store your art through the Twitch Whispers thing. I have links disabled on my chat, I think. So send it through me through the Whispers. That feels like a weird. It's always weird, like the Whispers, right? Like my chat just sent me Whispers. It's like feels weird. I could just call them DMs, but I think that would confuse people, right? Like when you say Whispers, you know it's explicitly the Twitch social integration thing. Because everybody got to have one of those these days. Let me check something. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then right, the cannon. Okay, and then that's gonna have like a little bit of rolly wheels here. Okay, and then the rest of the gun? Question mark. Okay. Yep. Okay. God, that is a mashup that I did not expect. I should try making like a mock version of one of those TV ads. I feel like that'll be. I feel like that'll be a good framing device for if I ever make a channel trailer. Fucking, I remember when Kiryu Coco first announced first put advertisements for the new gen of Hall for like a Hall Live auditions, saying it's like it's free V. God, she was such a legend. All right, and then Over here, put the little donut, the little Tesla donut. There's probably a much more technical name for like what that thing is supposed to be, but I can't shake the impression that there's like a little donut. Like if I pull up a picture of a Tesla coil, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, I like the pencil drawings you've been doing. I think what like what the impression your character gives and the like combination of like using charcoals and like pencils. Yeah. I just got it. I'm looking through it. Yeah. Well, like I really think that your character really stands out on like paper. Nice work. Let's see. Right, the rest of the canon. Right, the rest of the scene. Oh man. If Future Paps isn't gonna kill me for the scaffolding thing, he's gonna definitely gonna kill me for making a complicated scene like this. But it does look good. I missed a guy. I missed an entire human being. Never mind, we're back on the grind set. Yeah. My man just wanted to be out here carrying plugs the size of his entire torso, and he got Thanos snapped. There's no justice in this world. I just realized now as well, like the way that I've made the plate armor look, they look a little bit like sailors from the back. That works also. Okay. Then over here. Okay, now how's it look? Okay. And then make like a big plug hole here. Also, the end of the mean I repeated with for the free real estate. Thank you. That'll come in handy. I like the idea of just having a huge truck that whose sole purpose is to just hold electrical power. We can have it arcing electricity just a little bit. Okay. How are we for time? We can go just a little bit longer. After all, this second panel is basically going to be this first panel, but copied. I love to win. I kind of want to have this panel be like almost like jazz music stops. Like these dudes are just like humming greased lightning to themselves, and then all of a sudden one of their guys gets gone. Looks pretty cool. Thank you. Hmm. Now, another problem is that if I don't act with prudence, these guys will end up looking like Amoguses. Which, while not the worst fate by any stretch of the imagination, is something of a pickle. See, the thing is, right, as tempting as it can be to like add memes to your artwork, and sometimes it even like goes unnoticed, right? Like you can be subtle with it, right? But if you like directly reference a meme, then you've already kind of put an expiration date on how long you'll be able to have a work be relevant. Have the Amogus infection in r/place. I can kind of piece together what it is from the name. Yeah. r/place is that place where you can put one single pixel every minute or so, right? I'm guessing the Amogus infection is something like a few folks got a little bit enthusiastic and put Amoguses in places where they weren't supposed to be. It's like mold. They were in nearly every goddamn pattern in the place. Yeah, just like hidden, waiting for the right time to strike. Right, the design is very simple. Like if you think about it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 max pixels, right? You could probably even, well, no, you might be able to get away with like less, but I feel like 14 pixels just needs like either one person over. It needs like one person with a lot of friends, or like one person who like inspires others to join into the bit. No, no, no. This guy's neck is a little bit too twisted. Okay. Within a pixel art lemon, there were like 20? Okay, then over here. Actually, no, we're gonna keep the legs hunched over like that. Finally got the points. Nice! Bring on a new person to the stack. More beasts, more power. Let's go. That rice beast on my head has been free floating for a second. We can't have that. If these furry little bastards learn how to fly, it's all over for humanity. Similar apocalypse scenarios involving the rice beast include if they grow opposable thumbs. Have that one in front of the tablet or something. Sure, why not? Trying to make sure it can't tickle my nose or nothing. There we go. Oh, I meant the floating one. Oh. Well, this works also. Okay, there we go. And then have the cable just droop low because it's no longer being dragged like that. Buy a plush of these rice creatures. Nice. Yeah, no. Every single entity featured on this channel will has the potential to become a highly marketable plushie. Or medium to slightly marketable. I'm not going to overestimate my design chops at any rate. I mean, I have confidence in my designs, but I don't know. I'm not built for that Sanrio grind set, you know. Yeah, I don't know. If I make a plushie of myself, I would definitely try to spring for it to be to have bean filling or some kind of ballish filling in for my head, so it felt like rice. That would be the dream. All right, then. Over here. Wait, no. Or yes? Hang on. Wait, no, wait. There shouldn't be any. No, there shouldn't be any stick there. Why did I draw a stick there? Oh no, wait. Yes, wait. No, there shouldn't be. No, there shouldn't be. There should not be a stick there. I'm getting mega confused by my own art. I thought we were past this scaffolding. I thought we were cool. What the hell, man? Oh, posture check. Thank you, Bunny. Uh, just gonna take a quick crack at my back. I remember seeing a post the other day that said if you're old enough to remember watching the original Animaniacs, you need to start doing stretches or else your life will soon become much worse. I need to take that to heart. I only caught the very tail end of the original Animaniacs, but I still apply. Also, granted, it was a Latin dub of the Animaniacs, but whatever. Still counts. I joke that I'm culturally a '90s kid because when I was growing up, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, there has to be dried rice filling for plushies available. I saw an ad for one filled with dried corn that you could warm for a kid with an owie. Oh, that's so cute. Hmm. If one of those gets wet, do you stick it into a bigger bag of rice in order to get the humidity out of it? Hmm. It was a little teddy bear. Oh, that's so cute. As seen on TV, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that does sound like one of those TV infomercial things, huh? Okay. All right, we need a bigger eraser. Okay. And there we go. Okay. A little bit more space back here. Okay, and then over here. Okay, now did I exaggerate this guy's size a little too much? I might have. I might have exaggerated this guy's size a bit much. Hmm. Maybe I shrink him this direction. There we go. Okay, maybe shrink him a little bit more even. Okay, and then... And then the other boot is over here. Perfect, okay. All right. We did good work. That should do it for today, though. Let's see. What page would we be on? 12. And who's still streaming today? Oh, a few people are. Well, Mocha's drawing art. Okay, so let's go say hi to Mocha. Yeah. On Saturday, I'll be continuing the playthrough of Street Fighter 6. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been nice to be in your company. I will see you all on Saturday. All right, later. Bye.